Good afternoon, folks. Happy Weird Wednesday. It's me, Haunted, and today we're going to be working on the third and final Botanist. I'm still having a hard time figuring out my camera's over there and looking at it because my monitor's over here now, so pardon me if I look over that way a lot. But anyways, this is what we're going to be working on today. The third and final Audrey and her lunch Botanist. So yeah, that's what we're going to get started on. This is the one I was trying to find last time we were here. This is the Botanist one that I finished up. The Bayou, the Gremlin one that we'd done. I didn't have it on hand to show off last time. So, hey, Spill Paint Pot, how are you doing? Welcome in. Good to have you. So anyways, I wanted to show that up because I was like, I have it. I just don't have it with me, and I wanted to show it off. So thank you. Yeah, it was a different look for me. I usually do the kind of brighter green, like the plant kind of green for Bayou skin, but I didn't want to do that after having painted the plant green. So I did the kind of more yellowy green that you see on some of them. So yeah, that was a stretch for me. Not one of my favorite color combos. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Going to get my palette ready there. It's good to go. We're going to be doing some airbrushing today. Do I have a glove? Oh, no. Oh, no. Haunted has no glove. Oh, wait. We got a glove and we got glasses because those are handy. I am 100% a consummate professional. Yeah, I forget things and I have technical problems, and if I don't, it's not me. It's a body snatcher. Okay, so just remember that. All right. So we get our glove on, and the cat says hi, everybody. Sir Snots a lot, or Captain Sneezy Pants, whatever you want to call him. He's here. Yeah, there he goes. And again. Get a little bit of water there in that cup. Oop, was that on screen? It wasn't. Oh, well. I'm very sorry about that. So we got a little water in the cup. I always put a little bit in first. Spill Paint Pot says hi. All right. So we're going to start with a little bit of Deep Forest Skin. This is actually, no, I take that back. We're not doing that one. We are going to do Heavy Black Green. That's the one we wanted. Yeah, I know. It does seem like we were just together here. I streamed last night on my personal channel. Been a while. We've been doing it the last 2 nights. So, yeah, Dragon was there that time. So this is the extra opaque stuff from Vallejo. It's a very dark, deep green, and it really does coat really well in one hit. And when you get through the airbrush, it's definitely a lot more translucent, so it may take more than one coat. But yeah, let's get it going, folks. Let's try that first. Do a little back flash, make sure we're good. Weird Hobby, if you want to let me know if the mic is or the airbrush is too loud in the mic, I can move the mic away while I'm doing the airbrushing. So just let me know if it's coming through and blowing the speakers out, okay? It's not super loud, but definitely a lot of hissing. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. I'll tell you what. Let me. While I'm doing the heaviest airbrushing, I'll move my mic up a little bit, and it won't be quite as bad. Okay. Hey, Brush Warrior 86. How are you doing? Welcome in. My name is Haunted. We are working on Botanist number 3. Dropping in our base coat right now. This is heavy black green from Vallejo, the extra opaque green. I have to get that at another angle. Huh. We're out. That's why I wasn't spraying. Good reason, huh? Don't need much. Probably one more drop, and that's all we're going to need to finish that portion. Let's see here. Hopefully you can still hear me. I only moved it up about 4 inches, but that got it out of the way of the direct air line, so it should not be hissy as much. Okay. Trying to get that one little, there we go. I think I got it now. I was trying to get around it without spraying all over her, right? But all right, so we'll let that go. I'm going to put a little bit on the plant too. Okay, that'll save me a little base coat later. All right, let that dry a second. So how's everybody doing today on this wonderful, weird Wednesday? Is it a good Wednesday for you? It's not so bad here. You know, being my day off, other than streaming, it's a pretty freaking good day. Of course, it usually means I'm doing 1,000 errands, you know, during the morning and afternoon before this, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. It'd be nice if I could like sleep in, but you know, that doesn't happen. Okay, we're going to go with a little bit of Warpstone Green on this next run. Still got to give it just a wee bit more to dry. But yeah. And we just mix it right on top of the previous color. We didn't clean the pot. We just put her right on top of it, which means they'll blend a little bit. It's still pretty bright, but it does pull a little bit of the other color into it. It's a good day. Got to paint on your lunch hour. Finish the 10 Thunder starter box. Nice. Should finish Outcast box tonight. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Panda. Welcome in. Gonna be a part and watch quietly. Say no more. Appreciate it. Lurks are always 100% appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Painting up a bloodletter. Nice. Very cool. All right. just a little bit more drying. I want to blow some air on it to kind of speed this up. This is just 100% air, no paint, because I'm impatient, and I know you guys are too. So let's get this going. Get it going now, right now, right now. I'm not kidding. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slip in a little guard here, if we can, to get us some painting from above without affecting the stuff underneath, right? That's what we're going to try and do. If we can keep the card there and the model in place. Oh, we have a clog. We have a clog. Perfect. Because that's never happened on stream before. Okay, I think I got it. It was just a tip dried up really bad. Okay. Yeah, don't run off. I'm going to slide that off to the side so I'm not blowing out the camera right now. Here we go. I'm going to work on this leaf here a little bit. Get that a little bright. Lighten this one up on the edge here. So, that one again. Okay. Let that dry a little bit. I'm going to come in and hit this neck on the back side, but I can't do it right this second. I got to wait till those dry a little bit. Now what we'll do is I'm gonna come in here. I need to darken that up just a wee bit. We had some water there earlier, so it did not get fully painted. So let me get that real quick. The base coat and a big fat soft brush. A bit of water. Ooh. I mean, by the time I get done doing the veins and stuff, it probably wouldn't be too noticeable, but we're just going to make sure it gets good and dark down here. Drop a little bit down in here too. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more right there. I don't know why that didn't get painted. It just maybe there's a little oil there I did not clean off. Whoops, that is on me. But yeah, now that portion looks good. Hey, llama, welcome in. Good to see you. So we're going to hook my finger in here and hope that's enough of a stop. A little paint glob up here. Okay, there we go. Well, that worked well. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, so now we'll go to a little bit lighter green. This one does not have the interesting veins on its head like the last one did, so we're going to do a little bit of the brighter nude green, kind of a spotlights on the heads and the tops of the neck kind of thing. Because otherwise they're just kind of boring. So we'll get some more water. See, we did not fully empty the pot out. We left a little bit of the other in there. We're going to get a little bit of water in it. Whoa, wait, that's a little too much. There we go. Now, bringing in some moot green. You notice we still have some of the other warpstone green in there. So it will do a little bit of a blend action there. Beyond what goes on the model itself from the air, the dispersal of paint via air. Yeah, scientific term. So yeah, we'll give it a good mix. See, it's not fully bright like moot green, but it's still pretty bright. I'll give it a little bit more water. There we go. That should do it. And I see that I'm not on camera again. I apologize. It seems like my little camera window is a lot smaller than normal. I'm going to have to adjust. See if we can get a control out of this. So we're going to bring our little card back in again, just because I don't want to like 100% spray her in green. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll paint over her, but why do extra work if you don't have to, right? Getting some speckling. We're going to go a little bit down here on these leaves. Okay. Go get a little bit down here on this tiny little head. Just like that, just enough to accentuate it a little bit. There we go, because it's not really fully formed yet. It's not really a full-on Audrey plant yet. And I'm going to come in here and get just a little bit. Right down there. Okay. That's going to be it for the airbrushing, I think. Let's get that clean real quick, and then we'll just start doing some brush painting, right? This airbrush really does need cleaning. I was struggling pretty hard with that one. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but it definitely is on its maintenance day. Needs maintenance bad. That's all it's going to get for now. I'm just going to drop a little bit more alcohol in it, disconnect it from air, and turn off that stupid compressor. And we're just going to set her over here until I'm done streaming and can get to a proper cleaning. Maybe, if it will stay. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Oh, no. So sorry for that confusion. No. We're just that would be it for the airbrushing portion of the stream. Oh, that's good. Okay. So we're gonna do a little bit of where's my BL tambourine? There we go. This should be dark enough to get on there on the top leaves. If it didn't, we can always add a little black to it. Just going to do this for some definition in between the veins. Especially on these front ones. I think I used black on the other guy. But that's okay. This will work too. We're going to try not to take the entire stream doing the plant this time. So we actually work on the botanist or the lunch, I mean. But we'll see how it works. Yeah, the last time I got into those leaves. I was painting the hell out of those leaves. They were pretty leaves, but all we did was the plant. So we're going to try and actually get the botanist this time. Don't hold me to it though. I go where the brush tells me. I follow the brush. Okay. So we're gonna get some of this Warpstone green and some of our. Whoa, that is way too much. Thank you. That's okay. We can do a little mix with some of the moot green since I got so much of it. That will be just fine. Mm-hmm. Absolutely just what I needed. Perfect. Okay. We actually we replaced a sheet in my wet palette, which has not been done in this year. Like I replaced it 1st of January, and we are just now replacing it again. These as much as I've never been a big fan of like the height that the everlasting wet palettes have had. The wet palette itself is no different than my little homemade one, but the paper's really nice and it's pre-cut. I've got 10 packs of paper, and as long as they last, that's probably enough for the rest of my life. I'll never have to cut another piece of parchment again. So in that respect, I really, really like them. The wet palette itself, just go get the papers and make your own palette. That is coming on super duper bright. Let's go back a step. Now I'm going to get a little bit of I would say like I'm personal friends with him, but I have hung out with him in his stream a lot, um, though not as much recently, just because our schedules haven't lined up. But yeah, I do know Teal Secure. What's up? One of the things I've always liked about his is he says there are no advanced techniques. There's only techniques. Yeah, he's a cool person. Like I said, that right there is one of my favorite things. I don't know if he picked it up from another painter or if he just came up with that on his own, but it's so cool. It's true, you know. Blending should not, wet blending, non-metallic metal, blah 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 should not be quote advanced techniques. They're just techniques. Does it help to know some of the basics first? Sure, but that's no reason to gatekeep yourself, you know. So how are you doing, Honorus? Honorius? I butcher names. I am the name butcherer. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to make a D&D character with the title The Butcherer of Names. Just have him go around constantly mispronouncing everybody in town's name. And especially the really serious RPers, I will definitely mispronounce their names. Because that's just what my character would do. Malifaux has been sad for me. Playgroup has been silent for 2-3 months, and I am keen to paint up the alt Paul Crockett that I got me for Easter. Is said more like a Latin name, Honorius, but with a A. Oh, okay. The Butcher of Names sounds like a very fun warlock strategy. It could be. It could be. Yeah, for sure. I definitely I may do that. Now that could be dangerous to your health. Mispronouncing the spells and or the demon names. You know those rituals that need to be carefully followed for your own safety? I'm going to mangle them every time. Oh boy. Yeah, there you go. Everybody be placing bets on how long your character lives. I got 10-1 on that character dying before the day's out. The Alt Paul Crockett, that was the bunny one, the she bunny that came out this year, right? That was one I didn't get. One, I don't have a Marcus crew. I'm very light on Arcanist and definitely light on that one. So it didn't hold as much interest for me. But it is a very cool looking model. It's just it didn't, it doesn't work with anything I have, so I kind of put it on the back burner. Not to say I won't get it at some point, just wasn't in priority this year. I was real worried when I saw the render the first time, or the concept drawing the first time, that those fishnet hose were going to be, like really tiny little squares. And I was like, oh man, that's going to be insane to paint. And then it was like, it was more stylized, bigger squares, easier to paint. And I was like, okay, whew, that's better. That's better. Horrible Harriet, yeah. I seem to recall you liked that one a lot. Did you get around to painting it? Her? You want to get her because there's a game called Dead by Daylight, which has a crazy antagonist, but look very simple. Oh, okay. I actually have Dead by Daylight, but I have literally never played. 100% never played. Not yet working on a secret side project. Ooh. Oh, I wish I'd had time to do the contest this month. I was actually, I would have liked to have done this one, but I just couldn't make time. I'm so behind after everything I had to do while my mom had her knee broken. I'm like 6 months behind on painting, 9 months behind on photographs. It's just like no side projects for me. The good thing is her knee is fixed and she is bouncing around like a bunny rabbit now, which means no more having to do her shit. Pardon my French. Swirls child's craven rabbit mask on her head, and her special trick is throwing hatchets at the big one. She stalks while murmuring creepy little lullaby. Ooh, wow. Freaky. I like it. Very fun. cat is a snuffling, folks. Old Captain Sneezy Pants is at it again. So this comes the portion of the show. Has anybody seen any cool shows lately? I have been. I watched Hello Tomorrowland. I'm not sure which it is. That one, it was okay. But I've also been watching Silo, and I really like it. I'm big on anything like post-apoc kind of thing, or experiments on humans sort of thing. Not experiments on people individually, but like social experiments. And I have a feeling that is what we're looking at with Silo, not an actual apocalyptic ending to humanity, but it's a social experiment, psychological experiment. I haven't watched TV for a while, but was worried Silo was going to be a bit derivative. Yeah, it's probably like a million others out there. Doesn't mean I don't like it though. I will still watch derivative stuff if it's a genre I like. I'm also very anxious for July because Foundation season 2 will be starting. That one is really epic. I like it. Those are only on an Apple though, so if you don't have Apple, definitely consider it. It's actually one of the cheapest streaming services out there, and they really put out a good bit of content. It's only like $4.99, I think, so it's pretty inexpensive, and they tend to actually renew their shows. Actually, I can't think of any that they haven't renewed yet. Like For All Mankind is like on season 5 or coming up on season 5, which is kind of unheard of in streaming services other than like reality shows. Those, they'll be on season 38, 42, whatever. But for an actual show with a plot and characters and stuff, season 5 is pretty amazing. Oh, Dome was really good. Let me say that it was started out really good, and it just fizzled at the end. I think they were trying to rush it because they knew it was, not being renewed, and so they just kind of slapdashed it together. At least that's the excuse I'm giving them. I'm giving them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. Oh, John Goodman as a villain? What? What? Oh, wait. Was that the one, the Cloverfield movie? Cloverfield 1 or 2, where he like locked people in a bunker or something like that? Okay. I wasn't sure if he was technically a bad guy or if he just seemed like a bad guy at the time, but was actually saving their lives, kind of thing. I never saw it, but I do remember him from the trailers now. And I was like, is that the one? 22 Cloverfield Lane. That's it. Okay. And the best part of it is John Goodman. Makes sense. He's a good actor. I'm kind of glazing up this little area here. It is a little dark for how far up on the plant it is. So we're kind of bringing a little bit brighter green up there. We'll see how it looks when it dries. We may need to add more. Basically a prepper sovereign. Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, we're going to definitely get a little bit more in here. I think you found that out pretty early. Yeah. I think that is beyond the statute of limitations on spoilers. I mean, that movie is like 10 years old at this point. So I don't think you have to worry about spoilers on it. At least that's my thinking on it. It's the ones that, don't even give you a week to get to the theater that irritate me. Like, dude, come on. 1 week is not enough time for everybody in the world to get to the theater. Okay, here we go. Moving on to the next leaf. I don't know how busted my memory is, but I would say that I enjoyed that movie, but I thought the last quarter was weak. Yeah. I mean, I actually, the only Cloverfield I've watched has been the last one, which was Paradox, which was, I'd ask some friends, like, can I watch this without seeing the other two? Is it going to make sense? Or do I need to see the other two as, like a prep for it? And they're like, nah, you can watch it standalone. I was like, okay. And that was disappointing as well. But it's the third movie. That's kind of a hard to break. The trilogies don't often work out very well. So going in, I knew probably wasn't gonna be all that good. Yeah. I mean, it had some interesting concepts and some interesting special effects, but that was about all it had going for it. Like the acting was horrible. You cared literally nothing about the actors in it or the characters the actors were playing. So, this is the second Botanist I've worked on. I'm thinking I need to watch Little Shop of Horrors again. It's been a while, a very long while. But the song keeps rolling around in my head while I'm painting this, so I'm going to have to watch it and get it out of my head. there has to be the worst. You could argue pinnacle of the series, Warcraft 3, Silent Hill 3. I never played Silent Hill. Never played Warcraft 3 actually either. But I watched the movie Silent Hill, and I don't know, that one just creeped me out. I don't normally get messed up by horror movies, but Silent Hill, man, it messed with my head. Creepy nurses. Yep, put me off doctor visits for quite some time. Haven't seen either movie or played the games. I just know what I've been heard. Yeah, like I said, the movie creepy. Just saying that. I've watched a lot of horror and suspense movies and stuff like that, and that one just seemed to hit the right buttons for creep factor. Another one that's I remember being really good, but I've not seen it in a while to know, like, check it against my adult brain, I guess. In the Mouth of Madness. I remember that just being so cool, like kind of walking out of the theater, almost having a Matrix like moment, like, pinching yourself to see if this is reality or not, kind of thing. And but like I said, I have not seen it in many, many years. I don't know if it holds up. But it had Sam Neill in it. It was really good at the time. Your biggest scaredy cat out here. If it's a movie, yes, it is a John Carpenter movie. Correct. John Carpenter. Good stuff. All right. Let's see here. We might work on this leaf a little bit more, pull it up a little lightness here. They wrote a love letter to it. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was I seem to remember it being pretty epic. And it was, even then I was kind of jaded toward those sort of movies. So if I liked it, it had to have been pretty good at the time. So that's why I said I haven't gone back and watched it to see if it holds up. But at the time, it did. And that was unusual. Okay, so now we'll work on the back of the leaves. We'll work on the mouths and the teeth, and then we'll be able to start working on the botanist portion, or as I like to call her, lunch. Lovecraftian kind? Yeah. Did you ever see Event Horizon? Another Sam Neill one. Source of protein. Yeah. Good protein. Well, yeah. I mean, he only became the villain after he, crossed over. But yeah. I tell you that one scene in Jurassic Park, it sold me so well. He and I can't remember her name in that scene. I don't know what they showed them there or if that was just pure acting, but they really did look like they were seeing dinosaurs walking the earth. Like they'd never seen something like that before. They had such a genuine look of awe on their face. I've never seen anybody act like that. That's why it makes me wonder what they were shown. I don't even remember that part. I want to come in here with a little bit of black, and I'm going to have to dry my. Where in the hell have I put my towels? Here. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to get a little black here, and we are going to find a base to throw it in. Yeah, that will work. After we blow it out. This wash is really good, but it's like I don't know if it's hydrophobic or what, but it does not like water. It frosts where water is. And since you're putting it in the recesses, that's a bad place to have white frosting. But about memorized, there are some things I really like. I feel the potential was never realized. Yeah, I think a lot of the meat was cut on the editing floor because it was deemed a little too wild. I would have loved to seen the a director's cut of it. Yeah, they need to. Yeah, yeah, it was pretty cool. And I like that a lot of people. I don't know if you're into Warhammer or not, but a lot of people had the idea that they'd gone into the warp. They thought it was a crossover into the Warhammer universe, which could have worked, I guess. Okay, let's see here. Just kind of working these veins up here, highlighting as we can. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That kind of blew it on that theory, I think. But I agree. It's been used with so many things that were scary though. Anything that involves, demons and hell and stuff like that. So I guess it makes sense in that respect. It's used in the summoning of and or the exorcism of evil spirits. So it's meant to elicit that feeling, I guess, or at least in theater, anyways. Satanic Panic. Oh God, I lived through that, man. I was a D&D player back in that time. I replaced my D&D books, the core books, something like 11 or 12 times because my mom kept throwing them away. Like single-handedly kept TSR afloat with me rebuying their books over and over again. Yeah. My mom was very, very religious and, absolutely hung on every word the preacher said. And he was quick to jump on the satanic panic train and blame my behaviors on the game rather than looking at the repression that I was living under. Luckily, she outgrew that. Took her long enough, but she did eventually come to her senses. The paladins, exactly. What's funny is when I was over there this weekend for Mother's Day, I brought my Apple TV with me, and we sat down and watched Honor Among Thieves, and she loved it. She loved the D&D movie. I was like, man, things have really, really changed. Granted, she absolutely loves Chris Pine, so that probably had a little something to do with it, maybe. You know, old Captain Kirk there playing a role, but yeah, she finally let loose of those old views. She's like, "Is there going to be a sequel?" And I said, "I'm 100% sure there'll be a sequel." It did so well in the theaters. Yeah, I mean, it only took her like 40 years. Let's get a little more water on my palate. It's getting dry. Clean up that little vein got a little bright here. We're gonna fix that. Tone it back down just a wee bit. Yeah, too much water. I I got a question related more to horror and a hobby I may be pursuing over Malifaux right now. Naughty, naughty, I know. Okay. What's this? Okay, let's get this going here. A lot of people are familiar with post-apocalypse. I've been really looking for good stories related to the lead up to apocalypse event or one in progress. I don't know, man. I haven't read many in a while, so I'm not going to be able to answer. So if there's anybody in chat that might know of some good reading material there related to that question, please let Honor know. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I got you there. Everyone get to experience their apocalypse through the rise of tyrants. Yeah. Okay. That one's a little hard to do because the way that thing is just shaped is oof, freaky deaky. There we go. About the best we can get there. Okay. Unchecked magic leading to bad actors hoarding power at the expense. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Yeah. I am not as up on Malifaux lore as I should be. I have started listening to the Breachside broadcast again myself, so but I have a hard time listening to a podcast and like giving it attention and doing other things. And otherwise it's like time I don't have. So I have to like sit down and just do it and listen and process what's going on in the stories. I can't just mindlessly listen to them while painting or something like that, like some people do. So it's tough for me to actually listen to those. They're beautifully done. I mean, the voice acting and the sound effects and everything are wonderful. It's just my brain doesn't process them unless I'm paying them attention. Okay, here we go. 2 more backsides there. You haven't listened to it for ages. Yeah, they I was telling one of my viewers the other night because they've become interested in Malifaux. I said, what you need to do is listen to the Malifaux Chronicles because they have a very extensive lore for the game Malifaux. And I said, yeah, they've got over 100 episodes. I went and looked the other night. It's over 200 episodes. I was like, wow, I'm very, very, very behind. Like the last one I listened to before the other night was episode 12, where they introduced the Bayou, which I absolutely guffawed over when that one swung the shotgun by the barrel at Francisco, I think it was, and blew his own head off. I was just like, that's such a gremlin thing. Started listening to it in the car. I'm up to about 140-ish, and it's really engaging. Or listen while washing dishes. Now that's a play. I could do that. Listen while cooking or doing the dishes. That could work. I might do that. I never seem to have my headphones around with me. Yeah, we could do that. Because I certainly don't need brain power to do dishes. Problem is, I don't spend enough time in the car. Like my commute is very short, so I don't spend any time sitting in traffic or anything like that. So audiobooks in the car are not a thing. But the other 2 suggestions are good. I like that. Very much in the background of Malifaux and are only rarely addressed. Which are takes me 30 minutes to get my friendly local game store, so I've got time for a few episodes, and when I head out that way. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that certainly seems like a good way to do it for sure. Yep. And if you're heading to your game store, it'd be a good way to kind of like get yourself in the headspace for the game too. I like that. And since Malifaux is never ever going to catch on up here, I'll be going back down to Meeples more. So I'll be back at a 45-minute drive for that one. So yeah, I can definitely listen to some then. Because I tried to get it going here and it did not work. All they want to do is play 40K. Interesting snippets, like stuff that I've always wondered, but the reason is never explicitly stated. Need to sort of draw inference between different stories. Okay, I gotcha. Maybe what we need is a talk to the Writers' Day, and you can hit the writers with questions about the lore, since it is a living lore, right? Cool. Well, we may have to meet up there one day, Dragon. We'll see if we can get you doing the Malifaux thing too, on top of your Legion and Warhammer armies. Just add more to the fire. Do the Malifaux thing. Yes, yes, yes. This yearly ritual traveling interstate and straight to big tournaments. I'd build a big playlist of blues and rock, and I'd really get into that vibe. Yeah, COVID really messed things up bad. Especially for like the smaller businesses, and game stores are definitely one of those. They really got hit hard. Those and like comic book stores and stuff like that. Small family restaurants, especially restaurants, really got hit hard. Like I was honestly surprised anybody survived except for Amazon. I mean, granted, I used Amazon a ton long before COVID, but I was afraid it was going to be like the Taco Bell of Demolition Man. Amazon was going to be the only survivor of COVID. Relocation to Georgia got postponed. They made everyone permanently remote, and talking about closing the office down because we're doing well remote. Bummer, but even if work doesn't happen, wife and I are still likely to move down to Marietta area next summer. Nice. I thought you actually already lived there. I guess I misunderstood. Starting an AOS Army of Corn Demons. No. Start a Malifaux. Start Malifaux. I can't say much. I'm probably going to buy some Tomb Kings because I love anything Egyptian themed. So I will probably own some of those. I may not buy like an army to play because I doubt I'll play old world or whatever it's called. But I will definitely have some of the characters for painting. Oh, you're supposed to move this month. I see. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. I do hope you managed to move anyways, especially since you can do work remote then. Then it shouldn't matter where you live, right? I find it funny. Back in the day, I was one of those vocal people asking for remote work, to remote in. And oh no, we can't do that. We don't have the infrastructure for that. We're not set up for remote working. Yeah, as soon as COVID hit, everybody must work from home now. And I was like, wait. May do fantasy or even Sigmar. And maybe a Malafolk. Okay. Well, I'll take a maybe over a definite no for sure. May do fantasy or even Sigmar, but not 40K. I'm with you, man. Like I said, it would be, it really have to hit my buttons for me to play it again, just because I know how they do with their got to buy this model because it's the only thing that's going to get you to win. And then 6 months later, once we've filled our quotas of those, we're going to nerf them into oblivion, so you never use them again. I don't like that mentality. So I don't know if I'll ever play, but I'll probably collect a few of the characters. The question is what? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Well, you have to kind of figure out your play style because there's a crew for every play style pretty much. I mean, if you're playing corn, you like to get up in people's face and eat them or, pound them. So a good melee crew would be something you'd probably like. Could suggest the Victorias would be a good one. Although another possibility would be something like Marcus Chimera with the Beast and, changing and morphing and upgrading and stuff and running in and beating face again. So, I mean, there's other things you can do with it. Nikema, that's another good beater. Yeah. Nikema, pretty much, if you don't have your opponents delete it by turn 3, you've basically lost the game. Yep. Demons. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, Oni would be another good one for him. Yep. See, getting all these suggestions, good suggestions. There you go. That's my favorite one right there. I love it. They're just so funny. I'm actually finishing up my Ma crew. I'm getting the basing done on it now. That has been one of the personal projects I've been working on. I haven't been done many for myself because I've been trying to get my other obligations taken care of, but I have been working on that one, and it's been a lot of fun. I figured, for one, being Bayou, basing them should be relatively easy because Bayou, swampy, and I have tons of files for like ferns and cattails and lily pads and snakes and frogs and lizards on logs and stuff like that. So it's like perfect. I was like, great, I can print these things out, and like here's some of the cattails. This one's a little bit big, but perfect, for swampy bits. So that's what I did with them. They're all swampy, and like the little bushwhacker that's sitting cross-legged with his rifle out. I made him a little deer stand using this ship mast here. Made him a little deer stand with wooden planks on it and rope and everything holding it together. And that's his base. So that one's been fun. Okay, so we got our greens are basically done here. Oh crap, I forgot that leaf. Our greens are not done. Let's go back to it. But anyways, I figured Swampy would be an easy enough base theme to run with. So that's what I did. And you could probably apply that to any of the bayou, but like some of them, I feel like they might need something different. Like there'll be some Swampy ones in Zip's crew, but he'll also have some airship ones. Like I've got a like the prow or bow ship, the front of the ship built, and I've got a mast for Zip 2 to swing from. I have not gotten to hear Zip voice yet. I look forward to that. The ones I heard for summer were a little weird. I'm hoping they improve. Not Summer himself, but for his minions. They sounded a little strange. Hello, Crow. How are you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. Reminds you of Ross Perot. Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. Castor is not out yet. No. I imagine he's going to be semi soon, but keep an eye on the upcoming page on Weird's website. Waldo News will let you know. All right, Spill Pot, Paint Pot, have a great day. Thank you for hanging out. It's good to see you. Okay, there we go. And we move up to the next lighter color, which we are almost out of. I've actually got the fan on, which is probably a bad idea. It's drying my wet palette out really bad. We may hop up here in a second and go turn that off. All righty. Almost there on this. All right. Yeah, do that. Got that little bit. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something real quick. All right. So, do you guys want me to work on? Well, we got to do the mouths. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll talk about the other part, which is work on the plant or work on lunch. Because we have done a lot of green. I was going to give you the option of doing something else. So, but let me finish up the mouth, and then we'll move on. Probably getting Nakima first, and whenever Castor comes out, I'll look at him. Yeah, that sounds like a good. I wasn't even thinking about Demonkin, Nakima. She's very demony like. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad somebody else was covering for me. Good thing we really don't have to do the detail here on the roof of the mouth other than like catching the edge of the teeth. But I do want to make sure the color's in there in case we get somebody that wants to turn the model upside down, because there's always going to be that one person. Anyway, the roof of the mouth isn't painted. This model's not finished. Okay. Go. I'm going to catch this a little bit here on the edge. We'll do the same in here. This one is not as defined. Okay. Just about got that in. Then we'll do a quick little highlight in there. Hopefully, well, I say quick, but it will be a moderate amount of time putting the highlight in. And then we'll do the teeth, and then the plant itself will be done, and we can either work on the non-carnivorous plant, or we can work on the botanist herself. So I'll leave that one up to you guys. Where is my white? There it is. All right. I know y'all probably don't notice it because, you know, it's below camera level. But when I to get the water and excess paint out of my brush, I flip it on my knee. And when I get done streaming, my knee from all the way down to my ankle is just like all these multitude of colors streaked. It's funny looking. Almost like a Jackson Pollock art. Okay, almost done there. I'm not going to do this on the roof because, like I said, it's not really seen. Okay. All right. Now let's get some tooth action in there. Actually, what are we doing? We need we'll do this on the bottom one here because it doesn't really have any teeth. So we're just going to outline the mouth a little. Got a little crazy with that, so we'll do some correction here. There we go. Tidy that up a little. This is a little bit of a uniform brown, or uniform, pardon me, English uniform mixed with some ivory. I could have done them like just, bits of the greenery, sure. But I wanted them to stand out a little bit more, so we're going to make them like actual teeth, like we did on the other one. I think it makes it look a little more menacing to have actual teeth too. Yeah, like it's just not going to gum her to death. It's actually going to chew her up. All right, get the top teeth. His teethies. His teeths. Kind of making one up there. There wasn't one there, so we'll make it up. Didn't want to be completely snaggletooth. Okay, got that one. Now we're working the other head. He's got a little bit bigger teeth. Correction right here. Right there. Just need to get around those teeth a little bit. There we go. have to do a little bit more, increase the mouth size a little bit here to get in between those teeth. Or to fill in between those teeth. So I have a big gaps, right? We don't want no snaggletooth plant. Gotta have good teethies to eat that botanist. All right, so fill in just a little there, I'm gonna do it here. Okay. I'll do a little highlight on those teeth real quick, and then those will be done. Now, hadn't heard anything back. But do you want to see the botanist worked on, or you want to see the other plant worked on, the other little flowering plant that she's smelling? We've done a lot of green. We can work on something different if you want. This is just a little ivory I'm cutting in here. I forgot his bottom teeth. Good Lord Almighty. I forgot the bottom teeth. No, he doesn't have really well formed teeth here. So I'll make some little suggestions on there, and then we'll come up here and make a few bigger teeth. But yeah, his bottom ones really aren't well defined. So we just take some creative license and sort of make our own, right? Okay, let's get that. Sorry, a little quiet there, trying to get that concentrating a little. ivory here again. Okay. And one sec here. I'm going to slip over this way. Turn this fan off. All right. Got a little leather brown here. We're going to work on the ground, the soil around her. I'm going to be a little sloppy around the botanist because she is not painted yet. We'll come in with some flowers and stuff once this is painted up. Really don't have any dirt on the backside, do we? We don't. So even if we do mess up a little bit on the green, we'll have a built-in correction method, which we're probably going to, because put that plant in the way, I don't think I can get in there cleanly. So we may actually get a little on our plant, but that's okay. Like I said, we got some flowers and tufts and things that we can place in there to cover up any little boo-boos. Or we could get by without making any mistakes. It could happen. It could 100% happen. Looky there. Well, it seems like today is that day, folks. No mistakes on the ground there. I didn't get that brown where it wasn't supposed to be. There's a little bit on the plant, but we hadn't really painted the plant yet, so it doesn't matter. Or the flowering plant, not the big plant. All right. Trying to think what color we want to paint her dress. I'm thinking just maybe we might paint her dress yellow. Yellow is a bane of most people's existence, but we're going to try and paint it. We hadn't done any in a while. We're not going to do any crazy special tricks like painting it pink first. That is one way to get a good yellow, a good bright yellow. We're just going to go for yellow, and going to start with some Everland Sunset, and then we'll probably go to Casandora Yellow Glaze first, or next, I guess. But yeah, I just feel like maybe she should be yellow. Pink was the other color, but I think we're going to do it this way. I remember right in the animated Tarzan, Jane was wearing yellow. I think. Pretty sure she was. Probably have to give this a second coat. Even as good a coating as Everland is, it's not perfect, right? A little too much water there, but I wanted it to start going on smooth, and it really wasn't. Okay, sorry, we were just kind of like into getting that down. We weren't talking much. So it's very spotchy right now, but we're going to let it dry a little bit. We'll come back to that in a second. We'll work on the plants while we're waiting. I'm thinking it's kind of like a bromeliad. You've ever heard of those? They're I think by and large tree plants, and they wick moisture out of the air, and they have a really pretty bloom, or most do. One of the few plants I've been able to keep alive. That and aloe vera. That's about the only two that I can keep alive. Because even if I don't water it, it pulls some moisture out of the air and keeps going. Definitely not a houseplant green thumb. I do pretty good with garden stuff, but not houseplants. Gotta get to work. No. No. All right, Dragon, have a good day. Hope work doesn't bother you too bad. Thank you for hanging out with me. Okay, so we're just kind of bringing this green in here, brightening this up a bit. Be a little bit careful there. We want to lean on the yellow, right? Okay, that yellow is almost dry. We'll come back and get it in just a second cut in just a second. It looks kind of splotchy right now, but we'll fix that up here in a second. Okay, there we go. Is our yellow fully dry? Looks like it needs just a little bit longer, so we can go a little bit further with this. All right. Just kind of working on some of these edge highlights here for the leaves. Or like ribs or veins or whatever they are. They're kind of something to the structure of the plant. Had a little hair there. I had to get it rid of. Don't know whether that was in the primer or the paint or what, but we got rid of it. Okay. And I think what we're going to do, we're probably going to do the blossom. I was going to do it kind of green, like stems, but I think I'm going to do it like a one long flower. Like it's got like multiple buds coming out of the buds, right? They kind of look like tulips or something like that there. So yeah. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Now we'll get to do some more like yellow, another coat of that yellow until we get some good coverage. Right there on that pretty little plant flower. Plant leaf, dadgummit. Well, that's what we get for rushing. Man, we may have to take another 2 or 3 coats on that yellow. That is insane. Oh well, let's get back to the flower. Flower. I probably should have done like a tan base coat or something, or a brown base coat, because brown goes down a lot better than yellow, and we could have just kind of like highlighted up from it. But yes, that's just going to take like 4,000 coats. Okay, so back to the flower. Good old Screaming Pink or Screamer Pink. I have to get a smaller brush to get that other one, that bit at the bottom. It's funny, when I first got this model, her nose did not line up with that flower at all. Like it was like a foot away from it. And now it's smelling the flower like it should be. I don't know if it's just because I kept pressing on it while working or what, but it's lined up now. We don't have to do any heating or anything weird to get it to work. Kind of think about those flowers from Star Trek, the ones that blew the spores into the air and made people live out their fantasies. I think I'm gonna go get my little brush on that one. Yep, I am. Or little or smaller brush, a very smaller brush. Well, not very small, but a smaller brush. Yes, that's what we're doing. This other angle here. Careful not to hit anything that we've already painted. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, getting those blocked in. Not the best detail brush, but it's better than the that big fat brush. go. And then we'll just come in here and catch a little bit there. And we'll do another coat of yellow here. I think I may just do the smaller brush for giggles, just to see if that somehow helps. Maybe the other one's too stiff. And it's pulling the paint a little too much. I actually flicked yellow paint onto my big beast. You can see little dots there. I'll have to fix that up. That's disappointing. As careful as I was about everything, just flicking paint splattered it. I think we're almost done with the yellow. One more coat will probably take care of it. That is pretty crazy. I think that's the most coats of Everland I've ever put on. But it's a really chalky paint, and I tend to do it via airbrush, and I didn't this time. Well, because for obvious reasons, I wouldn't be able to get in there without hitting everything else. But yeah, I've been watering it down extensively to keep it from being chalky, and so it's taking a lot of layers. This is like 4th end coats, twice what Duncan recommends. Now, probably should have done her skin first as kind of my normal method. Do the skin first that way and work outward. But because it's yellow and I know it's going to be doing like 11 billion coats, I did not do that because I knew I'd probably slop over the skin anyways. So we'll just come in and do the skin with some precision in a little bit once this coat dries. Okay, I think that is actually solid enough that the next go round will be wash. And like I said, we're going to do that Casandora yellow, I think, which is actually more an orange, kind of a yellowy orange, actually. Yeah, it's a bright orange. Let's see how that looks. Works for lamenters, so we'll see if it works on this. Get some pink mixed up there. For the flower, we'll work on that a little bit more while we wait. Also work on her pith helmet. I think that's what they're called, like pith, pith. Because they're like okay, so we're just coming in here and kind of not covering the full length of that plant tuber, but the like 3/4 length of it. Okay, so we'll get it to work here. Getting a little bit of that flower done in. And a little bit of the green show there. Gotta get that covered. Like that. Got it. Okay. All right, now I think I need a little bit more white in this. Because we're going to go almost white on the edges, right? Actually, let's do The small brush. I think we actually need a little more white, don't we? Let's just use some squid pink. That should work okay. Okay, here we go. Work on this little one in the background here. And back to this main one here. I think this will work okay, and then we'll probably go almost to a white, like on the actual lip of each of those little tulip things. Oops. Got to correct that little one before I forget it. We did kind of forget this one up here, didn't we? That back one. No, we didn't. No, we just didn't get that side. Haha. Okay. Now we're going. I am 100% on screen. No one has told me this. Jesus. Sitting here painting this, thinking I'm on screen. Wow. I need y'all's help, guys. You got to help me stay in frame. because my frame's smaller now than it used to be for some reason. Okay, let's get some white. Sorry about that, guys. I just 100% was not seeing it off screen. Didn't see any text popping up, so I didn't think to even look up, and I was just painting on my little merry way along. I tell you what, before we do this, I know I got the color mix and I got that part started. But what I need to do is get the wash on her dress. That way we can be waiting on it to dry. So give me a second here. We'll switch over. Probably want the big brush again for this. That's a little too much drip there. Okay, I think that's got her there. And now we can go back to the flower. I think part of the problem is I have this very large black mat here, and I'm not as it's not as easy as the center on it as the other was. So let me make sure I get in spot. Okay, we're pretty good. Now I can paint. Did I just smear it? No, I didn't. Whew. I thought I'd gotten that yellow all over my hand. Go. It's an interesting looking flower, isn't it? Semi-interesting. We hadn't got the top portion of it done yet, but I think the stalk is kind of weird. And weird is our middle name, right? Kind of looks like something under the sea. Is it cool? I appreciate that because I was kind of doubting myself. I was trying to give myself a pep talk. So thank you. Well, I don't think, unfortunately, that we're going to finish her today, though. At least not lunch. We might finish the plants. But we got more done put on her than we did on the gentleman when we worked on him. So that's cool at least, right? We didn't obsess over the leaves too much. Okay, so now what do we want to do here? I think we're just going to go a lot more pink on these flowers. Just like full on pink. Kind of look like pink pine cones, don't they? these days that wash will dry when I actually get back to working on her. Go. Okay, so we got the flower painted. Her dress is still not dry, so we're going to work on the helmet, the pith helmet, a little bit real quick. We already got flat brown down. Good, good, good. And we're probably going to do just some good old-fashioned black combat boots. For I think that's what we'll do. All righty. Please go for that. I really do not like how that wash just kind of made a sharp line right there. That is really unfortunate. But the way the sculpt it kind of bulged up, so the wrinkle wasn't smooth, and it stopped the wash from flowing. We had to figure out a way to kind of fix that a little bit. As I just pull wash right out of the crevice. Maybe I can reactivate it here. Or we can mix it with some of that yellow. Yeah, that's actually even better. Mix it with a little bit of that yellow paint, and then we got it tinted properly. Here, we can actually fix that just right like that. Bit of an experiment. I was thinking I could do it. It did. It worked. We'll work on that some more later. We're not going to finish. We're not going to finish. I tried. It's just not going to happen, guys. I don't think I can finish her in 10 minutes. But like I said, I think we got the greater majority done. We got more done on her than we did the gentleman last week or a week before last. So I don't feel so bad. Yeah, that's my Willow link, folks. That will lead you to all my socials, my Facebook, my Instagram, the YouTube, and stuff like that. I don't update super often, or haven't been lately, but I will. I'm trying to get back to it. I've been very, very behind. But yeah, if you would like and subscribe to those, it's free, doesn't cost you nothing. You'll be a lot cooler if you did. I mean, if you aren't already. I know I've got a few people in here that are already. Oh, dear Lord. Political text. You gotta love those. Let's see here. I'm trying to debate whether I want to use Japanese uniform on this or go with sand. I think sand will actually give me a more realistic. I went with Japanese uniform and mixing ivory on this one, but I think the pith helmet, the sand actually works better because they're pretty well like sand colored. So we're gonna try this, I think, for the next couple minutes. Let's see how it works. Yeah, I like that. That works pretty good. Maybe we'll have to probably do an in-between shade here. That's very nice. I like that. Yes, I like that a lot. That should work well. Very good. This is the middle shade that I was talking about making. So yeah, this is much better. Okay. Couple more minutes. Gonna get just a little bit of that lighter shade that we had. Reinforce that top dome a little bit, and then come around the rim here. And then we'll get the small brush and get the sand color. Okay, that's a little too bright. We'll hit it with a little bit of that medium tone. Go. We're just going to edge the hat a little bit. And that, ladies and germs, is her hat. I'm about out of time. So I think we'll just have to finish her off stream, I'm afraid. Week after next, I will be back on the 31st, which I know is like right after a holiday. So hopefully about everybody will be refreshed and ready to hang out. But I'll be back on Wednesday the 31st, and we'll be painting Damien from the new Arcanist. Well, not new, relatively new Arcanist keyword. So yeah, this is what we worked on today. We got almost got done with it. We still lacked a little on her dress and her shoes and skin, but yeah, we made pretty good progress on this model. Talked a bunch about movies, and then yeah, there we go. So we'll be back next week with some awesome painters. Doug and Beric, I think, next week. Could be. Or is it yeah, Doug and Beric next week. Yep, yes. I got it right. Either way, we're gonna have good painters next week, but it's Doug and Beric. So, anyways, we'll see you then. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Have a safe and happy weekend when you get to it. And a happy birthday, Play Weird. And we'll see you then. Stay safe, stay weird, be cool. No problem.